I told you there was one prescription that could prevent dozens of diagnoses, such as diabetes, hypertension, and obesity? This is a quote by Robert E. Salas, former president of the American College of Sports Medicine, at a conference he did at the Ironman World Championship in 2008. When you think of physical activity, you may think of social media, CrossFit, heavy lifting, or other exercise trends that are going on in today's world. These trends aren't for everyone, but luckily you don't have to do these to get the benefits that regular physical activity gives. After adding my minor in exercise science, I've learned throughout a lot of classes that there are a lot of ways you can get regular physical activity incorporated into your life. Regular physical activity can help prevent chronic disease as well as improve your overall quality of life down the road. Today, I'm going to define what constitutes as physical activity, it can help prevent, and some studies that go on to prove this. So first, let's talk about what physical activity is defined as. Basically, physical activity is defined as any bodily movement that makes you spend more energy than you do when you're at rest. The World Health Organization's website that was updated in June of 2018 says that physical activity is any bodily movement produced by the skeletal muscle that requires energy expenditure. So that leaves room for a lot of things. The current guidelines that were also updated in June of 2018 by a department of the CDC state that adults should get 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise per week, or alternatively 75 minutes of vigorous physical activity per week. Moderate physical activity can be defined as a brisk walk, while vigorous physical activity can either be jogging or swimming or something equivalent to that. Although many people might not get this requirement technically, even a little bit of physical activity has a lot of benefits. A study done in 2013 that was published in The Lancet by Iman Lee, a professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, found that those who were inactive would add 1.3 to 3.7 years to their lifespan if they started minimal physical activity at the age of 50. There's a misconception that if your physical activity isn't intense or rigorous, that you're not going to benefit from it, but this is not true. Next, I'm going to talk about physical activity and its importance to long-term benefits. Physical activity is more than just temporarily beneficial. It can prevent problems you may find later down the road. In 2017, an article in BMC Genomic by Eliza Grizzoli and her colleagues found that physical inactivity is now one of the top 10 risk factors for chronic disease, and that it is responsible for 9% of the deaths worldwide. This article also gives examples of the types of diseases it can prevent, such as heart disease, certain types of cancer, type 2 diabetes, and neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's. Anyone can say this, but there is a lot of studies that prove all of this information to be true. A lot of research has shown just how effective it can be. Being inactive is just as bad as other major risk factors, such as smoking. In August of 2016, the Journal of Epidemiology had an article by Sarah Stenholm of Stockholm University that studied the predictors of a disease-free life from the ages of 50 to 75. Stenholm found that the three main risk factors for this were smoking, obesity, and physical inactivity. Interestingly enough, she found that physical inactivity decreased the number of healthy years people experienced in their life more than any of the other risk factors. This goes to show just how much being inactive can affect your health down the road. When exercising, you don't need to go to extremes to see benefits. Research has proved this. Physical inactivity can really help prevent chronic illnesses down the road and improve your overall quality of life. Your health can't be perfect forever, but you have the power to live your best life for as long as possible. Thank you.